broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very, very special edition of AfterBuzz TV's NXT After Show. What you are about to witness today, I think, is on par with some of the greatest matchups we've ever seen, at least in this very studio. We are joined today by a guest, like we have many guests on every week, but this week's a little bit different. I don't think we've ever had somebody quite the caliber of Mr. Jervis Cottonbelly.
Oh, you're so very sweet, Mr. Hobo.
You are the sweetest man on earth, so I would really beg you to know.
Well, yes, you know, I did win the second Gentlemania competition many years back.
Who won the first?
Oh, you know, I forget, but I think it was Lord Thistlewick, if I'm not mistaken.
Thistlewick. I know that name, yes. Gentlemen, if ever there was. Across from us, we have Mark Donica.
Hello, Hobo. Hello, Jervis. Thank you. No, you're way too kind.
Oh.
I can't tell you how much I've been looking forward to this event. Having, like you said, having the caliber of both of you guys on the same studio. We're gonna be. You guys need to be a tag team. You guys need to make that happen.
Yes, one day, just like Pretty Woman, I'm going to give him a makeover.
I'm gonna be the woman.
You're gonna. I hope you're gonna need a lot of work, sir.
Well, I'm not going to comment.
You can find me on Twitter at SoapboxMark, and also I'm going to be in the chat. Kathy is running a little bit late, so she's going to be joining us in a very short amount of time, but we do have a lot of show to get to.
It's a very interesting way to work this show, but this is Los Angeles, and if you want to drive anywhere, it's kind of like a Road Warrior, so you got to be careful. We're just going to jump right into this show. We've got a lot of stuff to cover. We start this evening's matches with Eva Marie versus Carmella. We have a rematch from the TakeOver pay-per-view. That was
it was the recording, the recording for NXT, not TakeOver.
Well, this was a rematch.
No, I know, but the match was on the NXT episode that was shot at TakeOver, but it wasn't TakeOver.
You have a lot of logistics.
I do.
To pour into things.
May I say something?
Please.
Yes.
Bada bing, hottest chick in the ring.
How you doing? Yes.
How you doing? I love Carmella. I think she's wonderful.
She's got a lot of spunk to her.
Oh, a lot of spunk. She's just like Enzo Amore. I think that the two of them together are quite a pair, and, well, Big Cass just brings them full circle.
It rubs off on her. She's not the greatest technician in the ring. You know, she doesn't make any sort of aspersions about being the greatest in there. But what she brings is just hot fire. She just got this personality.
Yes, when she hits the ring, it's quite lit. I think I used that right. Did I use that right?
That's one of your new things. I saw you using that a lot more on Twitter.
Well, I'm trying to, get down with the kids these days. Apparently, someone said that I'm dank.
You're dank?
You're dank?
Yes, I'm dank. I don't know what that means, but I think it means cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the most dank people I've ever met.
Yes, and I think that Carmella is very dank as well. But let me ask you this. What do you think of Eva Marie?
Oh, my gosh. Well, there's a lot of things to say.
Our fan base doesn't like when we talk about Eva Marie in any sort of.
Why?
I do not know. We're trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. And this match, definitely stronger than the first time that they fought. I feel they got a chance to really understand how the other person works, and it came off as a lot more of a smooth performance. And they're making Danilo a part of the story.
They are, and as this match was starting, Eva Marie's coming down to the ring. They play a video of her thanking the referee, as we know him, Danilo, for the commitment to excellence that he had, and not counting her actually pinned.
I was wondering about that. I didn't quite understand, but that makes a bit more sense now.
I guess they may have possibly a relationship.
Now tell me this. That's what I'm wondering. Is there's some sort of... I don't know why she gets such a negative reaction all the time, but is it perhaps because she's currying favor with the superiors or the authority figures?
Well, that's a possibility, but what could she be using, do you think, to curry such favor?
Oh, I'm a gentleman, so I'm going to keep my comments reserved. But she's a very nice smile.
She does.
Maybe it is the authority figures that think that she is dank, to reuse a term.
She's dank.
Yeah.
The authority thinks Eva Marie is dank.
You know, if the authority does or not, you can quote Jervis Cottonbelly on, I think Eva Marie is quite dank.
Please take to Twitter. Make sure you tag at Gentleman Jervis when you are tweeting that Eva Marie.
We're just gonna send her that clip.
Please.
Just that clip right there. And this match sort of concludes in an interesting fashion. A 2 count that perhaps maybe should have been a 3 count. Again, the referee, partial, impartial.
Well, no. This one actually was a legitimate decision because she put her foot on the rope. It just wasn't at an angle that was shown.
That's a clean break.
Yes.
We couldn't tell.
No.
So we had that moment of, wait a minute, is this ref really going to be in her pocket like this?
Well, and perhaps he is. Can we really answer that question definitively, one way or the other?
We can't as of yet. A pattern has not been established. 2 times is not necessarily a pattern. Yeah. Eva Marie gets up after that sort of long 2 count, dumps Carmella out. She takes a hit, boom, right on the ramp there, and is counted out for 10.
I admire your show of respect for the scientific process.
I try.
Yes, you're a very learned hobo.
Well, what else do I have to do? All I can really do is read.
Well,
I
I'm
take
glad.
in information.
Oh, well, that's wonderful.
I'm like an old philosopher, the Greek and Roman type philosophers. I sit and I think.
Do you hold court down at the boxcars?
Yes, I do.
Yes,
it's called the jungle. Where the hobos are, that's the jungle.
The jungle. Sorry.
You guys need a podcast. You guys need just your own podcast where you can pontificate and share each other's life stories with each other.
Now, have you ever been to the concrete jungle, or is it just the jungle?
Just the jungle.
The jungle? I have not. He holds court in many different train yards and many different jungles. I have not had the honor or the privilege to discover that myself. It's very inside information, and I am not a hobo, so...
You can find me most often there's the train tracks that run right under the bridge, the Burbank Bridge in Burbank. There's a jungle right next to that. You can see it if you're walking over that bridge and looking off. There's a bunch of cans of debris. That's where the jungle is right there.
Now, would you and your fellow jungle men be opposed if I were to bring tea and crumpets sometime?
No. But tea, could it be something with a little more bite?
Irish tea, perhaps?
Irish tea is a great
Irish
way
breakfast.
to put it.
That's really good.
Irish breakfast.
No? All right.
An alcoholic Irish breakfast.
So is there anything else that we want to say about Carmella or Eva Marie?
I have one thing, actually.
Please.
I noticed that the fans were chanting for different grapplers who weren't in the ring when Eva Marie and Carmella were both, in a match. And I thought that, it's not very gentlemanly or ladylike to do those types of things when 2 people are trying to have a match.
I figured that it was more of something that these are the wrestlers that they're reminded of when they watch these 2 in the ring.
It's Super Dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I look at Eva Marie, I think Super Dragon.
See, you should be down at Full Sail chanting.
Dude, I should.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would chant.
Just thumb your way down there.
Tugboat.
Earthquake. Natural disasters.
I love them too.
The Twin Towers.
Twin Towers.
Yeah, Akeem and Boss Man. Never forget. We're moving on. Nia Jax package next. Again, sort of Mankindian. You had the piano and
This one was a little bit
tones.
more. This one was a little bit more powerful. Like it wasn't the music choice for this. It's like they have 2 different promos now. They played the first one and they kind of let that one go, and then they played the Mankindian one, and then this one, and now they're just doing those 2 week after week. And I like it. It's making her seem more intense.
I'll say this. Even though they don't compete in the same sport, I'd like to see her grapple with Ronda Rousey. I don't even know what she looks like or how she is, but just from that promo, I feel that, she's a proper butt whipper.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's definitely talking with authority. When she speaks, the words that she says, it really elicits a response of strength. You feel that she is strong despite not seeing her. So yeah, I can really see her and your desire to see her with Ronda Rousey.
Yes, I'm excited for her debut regardless.
When the heck is it, though?
Soon, obviously.
Soon.
That's what it says.
Soon.
Soon.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully at TakeOver, maybe next week we'll see that it's going to be at TakeOver. Will be her debut. If not, maybe they're saving her for the UK show.
Maybe.
It would be quite interesting, yes.
In either case, we're moving on to Bailey's package.
Oh, my heart. My heart swells up with joy every time I think about Bailey.
You're not alone. I think she's possibly the most singularly enjoyed individual in all of WWE.
Do you know why? I think I know why that is.
Why?
Because she's so genuine.
You really do feel that, don't you?
Yes, it's real. There's so much emotion that comes from her heart that just it comes right out and through her smile and her ring work and her interactions with the children, which is, I think, my favorite part of what she does.
She's very pure and also very, I wouldn't say innocent, but she's very relatable just with her whole journey.
Well, you don't have to be innocent to be relatable.
No, you don't.
So I think that, sometimes someone's foibles are actually more charming.
Yeah, I think
good way of
that can
putting
be
that.
true.
It's like your black teeth, Mr. Hobo. I think they're quite charming, actually, because
Really?
they suit you very well.
Well, that's the first time I've ever heard that.
Yes, well, like I said, sometimes your foibles are actually what make you special.
That's just that's the lowest common denominator. It's what makes you relatable to other people.
Yes, very much.
It's very interesting.
It's like when I was watching that match back at the special, the takeover special,
Yes.
when Bailey went for a belly to belly off the top and she missed it and crashed onto the mat. Oh, I screamed and I stood up and I shouted and it frightened me so very much. But I related to it because I thought, well, I've been hurt like that and I've felt that pain before and I couldn't imagine getting back up afterwards, but she did.
Exactly.
And I think I'll be a Bailey fan for life if I have to put it out there.
Everybody falls down, but it's the job and what makes them so relatable is getting up. That's their job, is to get up so we can live vicariously through them.
Yes, indeed, and I do quite often because I agree. Hug life is the life for me.
Right? Yes, I think we all have a little bit of hug life in us, just a little bit. And every good person needs a foil, needs somebody bad to counteract them. And for Bailey, it is Sasha Banks.
Is that the Sasha? She goes like this, right?
No, that's Emma does.
Emma does this one,
Yeah.
but Sasha, she's like this, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's good. Almost like a teapot.
Get out of here! I'm the teapot.
You like Sasha as well, do you?
Oh, I think she's just wonderful. She's got a bit of an attitude, but she's a very special wrestler.
She certainly is. She gives it a roll.
One of, if not the best person to come up from NXT with this most recent batch on the main roster.
I was familiar with her work back when she was in Beyond Wrestling.
Oh, really?
Many years ago, and she's just come so far, and I love to see her perform.
She's wanted this. She's wanted to become better, and my God, does it show.
Yes, you can see how hard all of the ladies in the Divas division work these days.
All of this has really come to the Iron Woman match that will take place at the next TakeOver special. I mean, this is really like nothing else we've ever seen before. How do you feel about having two women compete in such a difficult matchup?
I think it's about time. I think that the women of the WWE have always been capable of performing in such a match. And welcome, Kathy.
What do you think?
We can't
Where
do
the
it
hell have you
tonight.
been?
Everyone, say hello to Kathy. We should be polite.
Welcome,
Hi,
Kathy.
Kathy.
We were just talking about the Iron Woman match.
Oh, I was wondering what Jervis thought of traffic.
I saw a car accident today.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I did, and it was very frightening. I almost fainted at the wheel.
Wow. Oh, gosh, don't do that.
Yes, I know. That's why. Good thing I keep smelling salts in the glove box. So.
But if you're
very good.
you're unconscious, how do you know to grab the smelling salts from your own box?
It's like a little voice, an angel perhaps, guides me right to them.
Okay.
So as I was saying, I'm sorry.
Yes, no.
Sasha Banks and Bailey, I think that the two of them in the main event scenario is going to be quite interesting because it's the first time ever, and like I said, it's about time. If Ronda Rousey, back to her, has taught us anything, it's that women can main event in any sport.
That's true.
I'm very interested to see what that match turns out to be like.
Women are more respected now than I believe they have been in our society in quite some time, and it's reflected in professional wrestling as it should be. This wrestling is a reflection of our society on the whole, and I think women should be respected as equals. That's why we have Kathy here. I respect her as an equal.
That sounded really weird, though, the way that you phrased it.
Yeah, that started out.
Women are now respected in society. That's
That's what I
really.
view.
I mean, no, but to be honest though, if we're getting real,
Yeah.
society's just sucked in terms of equality, really. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so now it's just where there's so many. It's not that there are more strong women; it's that there's more of an opportunity for strong women to be out there in the public eye.
I think that it's definitely more acceptable now, and there are definitely, as you mentioned, Ronda Rousey. She's someone that is changing the entire view of a lot of people. Dana White, who hates women in UFC, like it's now these women who are like Sasha Banks, Bailey, Charlotte, Paige, all of those women, they are paving the way for women in a male-dominated industry. It's really cool to see.
I noticed you didn't include Becky Lynch.
Becky
Is
Lynch.
that because she isn't relevant?
She's not relevant, yeah.
Ooh.
No.
You know,
Let's throw
No,
her
Becky
raw.
Lynch as well.
you know, I think it's important to remember too that sometimes it's not about the opportunity, but it's about what you do with that opportunity that really matters. And every time that Sasha or Bailey have been passed the chance, or even Charlotte, or you know, any of them, anytime they've been given the proper opportunity, they've seized their chance and they've really made the most of it. So I think that the testament should be to their work as well.
I say it over and over again. When we went to NXT San Jose WrestleMania weekend, the second to last match was Sasha and Charlotte, but the roof had already been blown off the building. So the main event being Neville and Finn Balor, it was an excellent match.
Certainly.
But nobody could
You
recover.
mean Kevin Owens?
No.
Oh, San Jose.
Yeah, San Jose.
San Jose.
So nobody could recover from the women's match because it was so artfully done, and the crowd was so hot, and everybody was super into it. And that's just been a
I think the same thing
consistent.
happened at the last TakeOver pay-per-view.
Agree.
Yeah, everybody
what I
was.
thought you were talking about,
Everybody was crying at the end of their match too. It was.
So was I.
Amazing.
I mean, I would expect it from you, but I mean, even
I'm an
I
old sweetheart. What do you expect?
shed a tear. I'm a bit calloused myself. I like to think.
Oh, I think there's a warm, fuzzy belly in there that you're just forgetting.
Oh no, it's right here.
I'm going to faint.
No, not now. We have a show to do.
Sorry.
We've dedicated a lot of time to the women as we do every week, but I think it's time to move on to our next match. We have Bull Dempsey versus Tyler Breeze, and you, sir, have.
I'm very conflicted.
Oh, look there.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Gracious.
Do you lose your phone or take off your shirt? Which is it?
I'd lose my phone first. With Jervis here, I'd lose my phone first.
Thank goodness. I told you I'm prone to fainting now.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
kind of bummed because they didn't set up more, like, next week, or at the next TakeOver, Tyler Breeze is facing Apollo Crews.
That was okay, so this match was wonderful. It was fun. You got to see a lot of Bull's personality shine through, and messing with Tyler, and getting to see Tyler get messed with when he's usually the one on the I mean not necessarily bullying end, but when he's usually on the giving end of that.
Bullying?
Yeah, thank you, Kathy. But when he's when he's usually on the
Pretty mean.
God.
I liked this match a lot, and Bull was fun. And it's sad that we can't get a repeat performance of this at TakeOver.
I would.
It was an odd placement for the announcement of that match.
Especially Tyler Breeze actually winning this match with his feet on the ropes. A dirty
Cheats,
win.
yeah.
Cheated to win. It just doesn't seem quite right that this doesn't get a rematch, but I think it might be too soon to say that it won't happen, because I feel there's more in the tank, and I think Bull Dempsey could come back at some point and make a bid to try and beat Breeze again.
Yes,
Such a great showing.
though I'm not sure. I think Tyler Breeze is actually one of the top contenders around these days.
He definitely is.
He's got all the right stuff to be champion, if you ask me.
I agree with you, but that being said, he's just not in the title picture.
It's surprising, but, you know, I think persistence is going to be key there. As long as he keeps at it and keeps up the victories, clean or not, you know, I guess sometimes it's what goes on the record sheet that matters.
Out of all of the homegrown talent that NXT has down there right now, I think he's still at the top of it. I mean, he was in the title picture for a while in that the four-way match when they had, who was it? It was Balor, Sami Zayn, back like months and months ago.
The
Yes,
four-way.
Was it the Fatal 4-Way takeover?
I don't even know.
No, I remember.
My memory's lapsing right now.
Okay.
But Tyler Breeze was the only one who hadn't built a huge name for himself on the indies. And so I think that speaks volumes to what he's accomplished down there.
He's the type of guy who doesn't need the championship, though.
He doesn't.
I would love for him to win it, but he's so on fire. He gets all of these amazing matches, like him and Jushin Liger at Takeover Brooklyn. So he can do all of these marquee matches without a belt around his waist because he's that good anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel, though, that Bull Dempsey really pulled it out and showed that he deserves the spot that he's getting. He was way more over with the fans in this match. He was using his entire body as a weapon, and I think that really resonated with people. He's just leaps and bounds. He's got so much personality
He seems to be having a lot more fun, too.
Yeah, he's lost that. I mean, he has a serious side, but it's not just the overwhelming seriousness that sort of had been.
Yes.
So I cannot wait for what lies next for Bull Dempsey.
He needs this because, as we've talked about on the show before, they were trying to push him and Baron at the same time and do
As the
same
exact
thing
same
where-
thing.
and it just wasn't working. And then you have Rhino comes in, who's supposed to be the veteran version of both of them, and there were too many of the same thing. No one liked any of what was going on. So I'm sure what was said is you need to switch this up, and they went the more comedic route, but it's a perfect fit for him.
And it's working.
And it's working fantastically. Moving on, we have an Asuka video package, the final one that says she is next.
And her robe is fantastic.
She's dressed to the nines. I think there's something really eye-catching about her.
Her whole persona.
Yes, and
And we're gonna see it in action. Hopefully at actually no. If she debuts at Takeover, can Nia Jax debut at Takeover?
Yeah.
Should we have three?
They've had multiple
three
debuts,
women's things, I suppose.
Sure. Why not?
I don't have a problem with it.
Me either.
They're all separate storylines, so why not?
Yeah.
Do you have the women to squash for that?
I'm sure you can get them.
Unless Asuka debuts against Dana Brooke or Emma.
She'd have to.
Yeah.
She's going to.
Yeah. It's basically what they did with today with
Or
Tommy,
perhaps-
but we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Perhaps Nia Jax will come help her in her, efforts to take down Emma and...
Yeah, it's possible.
I don't think that would help Asuka. I don't. I think that would sort of hinder her. She comes in, she's having everyone say how wonderful she is. She's this top talent, probably the best talent of a female they've ever
doesn't need
signed in
any help.
NXT, and now she needs help. I don't think that would
But
help.
they built up Hideo Itami to be this incredible talent, and then he needed Finn Balor.
That's a good point.
True. But then we do it the exact same thing.
No, I don't agree with it. But also, I kind of want to know, do you see Nia coming in as a face or a heel? Because her promos are just, you don't really get much from them.
I'm heel. We've got Joseph Boza in chat who says he's seen Nia Jax paired with Hugo Knox against Billy Kay and Bull Dempsey.
So heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's so cool.
Yeah. That should be good.
Do you think we'll see that on TV ever?
I like the mixed tags
I do
that happen at the
too.
live events, and we haven't seen a really big one on NXT TV yet.
Yes, I think it's about time we do see that. I actually have a tag team partner that's a woman.
Yeah.
And yes, and she's very, very skilled, and she's a lot tougher than I am. She's the muscle. So I think it's important that...
Well, what's her name, Jervis?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Princess Kimberly.
Ah, Kimberly, yes. I'm
that's
very
right,
aware
yes.
of her.
Yes, and she's a very hard-hitting, and she's sweet, but, not inside the ropes. And I'd like to see intergender competition more. It's just something there's a whole new dynamic there.
I think there is sometimes people have a negative stigma towards it just because of...
Well, I mean, the
things,
rules are
but-
once somebody
yeah.
once somebody tags in the other person, then a forced tag has to be made so that it's always gender versus gender.
Oh.
That's traditionally the WWE rule.
Right.
Well-
There is no competition between a man and a woman.
But all of my friends who are female wrestlers say that, guys are better bases as far as wrestling goes.
Well,
so
Yes, and
usually,
I've been beaten up by a woman, so I'd like to say I think there is competition there between a man and a woman. I just think that the weight classes must be observed, of course.
I agree with that. I really do. Having an unfair advantage for a man, I mean, there's been several videos surfacing on the internet of men with extreme advantages over women able to pull off some very dangerous maneuvers.
Yes, well, I don't want to comment on those because they make me very sad.
I don't blame you. They're making a lot of people very uncomfortable. But before we get to the actual Asuka sighting, we have a Texas tour video, and it looks like they were just killing it in Texas. I just
Guns
wish I could have
a-blazing.
seen that. Guns a-blazing.
Bang bang.
Bang bang. I mean, from the experiences that we've had with seeing NXT live, I'm jealous of any crowd that gets to see them live. So seeing how rowdy the Texas crowds were, very much to be expected. It was just like, I wish I was in those crowds for those first shows in those places. Wish I was there for
It
those.
was when everyone started Instagramming stuff. I was just at home and so sad.
Yeah, I was like, we're not there.
You know, I thought the tour video was a nice throwback to what they used to do back in the 90s. I mean, it made me feel very nostalgic, and I liked seeing them on the road in different, results and different. It just made it feel more live, and you didn't see that a lot on Monday Night Raw
No,
because everything's televised when you
this
get
is-
past NXT.
This is a wrestling show.
And I think that it's more than a show. It's become like it is the third brand, but it's a company, and especially with the Dusty Classic, they're using matches that have happened at live shows and bringing them into the television show. So we're seeing this crossover where now fans want to go to live shows.
Right.
As if
Live
they didn't
shows
want to
matter.
first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whereas with the main roster, you're like, oh, it's just a house show. Like, there'll be some great matches, but it's just a house show.
Well, I think that's a testament to what NXT is doing as a whole. They're selling a vibe. It's the same as when you go to PWG, for example. You're selling an experience. Chikara, the company that I work for, is very much the same. We sell it so that you want to be there live. Of course, you'll watch it online or you'll watch it on television, but you want to be there live first and foremost. The same way you'd want to attend a rock concert.
I think the vibe is roughly the same. You have to be there, and you're going to be out of your seat, at least for the majority of the event itself.
And we've called NXT our little band that's making it big.
Yep.
It feels that way sometimes for all of us, I think.
So on to the actual Kana Asuka sighting. She officially changes her name in a very, very stunning way. She comes out and she's very excited. I was not expecting this.
Yes, I did not expect a pantsuit.
She looked great.
She did. I'm not saying she didn't. I
No,
just
it
expected
worked
that
well with her
regal
pink hair.
robe,
Right.
but
No,
she
I-
seemed very businesslike.
Which I think will be very significant when she shows up in her gear and makes that change to that in-ring style that, if people know Kana's work, is something that yeah. And speaking of intergender, she fights dudes. She fought Tajiri.
She would give me a proper whooping.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past her.
Oh,
This is, her excitement in this, she says that just dreams do come true.
can I
It's
ask you
amazing.
something?
Yes.
Why did Dana Brooke and Emma say that they run the locker room? Neither of them are champion, and they're sort of mean.
They're just mean girls.
I think. I mean, they're at Full Sail. I think they got their business degree in between shows. So now they actually literally they're the building managers. So they
Stage
literally
managers?
they literally run the locker room.
I sort of feel it's a cats away, mice at play type situation. The four horsewomen aren't there as much, well, with the exception of Bailey. But I think she should sort of be holding court.
Power vacuum?
If these two are going to be all uppity, why would you let that happen as champion? You've got to really rein it in.
If we're going by seniority on the show, you would think that someone that's been on the main roster would have the most seniority, being Emma. And the person who also has been on the main roster and is now down at NXT is Eva Marie. So would you rather have Emma and Dana Brooke running the locker room or Eva Marie
Kathy,
running the
please.
locker
We've
room?
already talked about Eva Marie and how dang she is.
She's quite
She's
dang.
quite-
Yes,
Dang.
yes. So I would stick to Emma. I would say Emma started in NXT as opposed to Eva, who started on the main roster and came back down. So I figure Emma has a little bit more seniority in that.
I wanted to say this and I didn't get to, but I have to real fast. I really wanted Eva Marie to start flirting with Danilo, the ref.
I think it'll happen more and more.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's happening slowly.
Yeah.
Where we aren't able to look or want to look. I'm just saying, there was a video. She thanked him.
In the
I don't know how
locker
else
room.
she thanked him.
No. I was
Speculative.
not that. I was laughing. Danny H in chat said, "I wish Asuka said, after 10,000 years, I'm free." For those of you Power Rangers fans out there,
That's-
I didn't think she looked like Rita Repulsa, but I guess
terrible.
that's
Not
pretty
at
terrible.
all.
That's
No.
You
wicked.
guys are terrible.
That's wicked, wicked, wicked.
It popped you though.
So
It did. Oh,
we have
I feel wicked myself.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Dana.
We
Brooke.
tend to bring that out of here, out of that when people come
I
on the
need
show.
to bring out the sweetness in all of you.
There you are. That's what we were hoping for.
Yeah.
We're down there.
We need the sweetness. That's for sure.
Down with the sweetness.
Yep.
No, please, let's continue talking about Dana Brooke.
So Dana Brooke and Emma run Asuka out of the ring. William Regal simply looks on and lets this happen. I wanted him to do something.
But it
At
was the
least
smile that
something.
Asuka gave right before she left the ring that said, "Oh, this ain't over."
So
Oh, you're in trouble.
But yeah,
Yep.
William Regal, he was, and you can tell both on TV and off, he's really proud of the talent that he's gotten to come into NXT.
Mm-hmm.
So he was proud to bring in Asuka, and then for her to get run out of the ring by two girls, he should have reprimanded them.
Absolutely. But I think now looking back, perhaps he knows what's in store for them,
Yeah.
having verbally accosted one of the top talents of the world.
I did really like, this is one of the first promos that I really, really enjoyed from Dana and Emma.
She didn't have to pat anybody on the head.
Yeah, and Emma even saying, "This is Dana.
That was like, this is bad.
I'm Emma."
That was very mean.
So mean.
Patronizing. It's the worst.
I felt that one sting right here.
Yep. But I think they're going to be feeling the sting. I really do. Something is going to happen. Asuka,
Asuka's gonna sting someone.
absolutely. Maybe she'll be dressed in the yellow and black and come out as a buzzin'.
Just like this microphone.
Just like that microphone. And your mask. Yes. Moving on. We have Tyler Breeze backstage. Says that he's going to be fighting Apollo Crews.
Okay, let's have Tyler Breeze put over another indie talent. Let's do that. He's the guy to do it. Why not?
Somebody's a little mad about this.
Somebody told me to rant about it, so I'm ranting about it.
Told me
Something,
that.
Zuri in chat.
Damn it.
something doesn't seem right about Apollo Crews anymore.
No, that's the thing. Is this promo was so bizarre.
He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna face each other."
Plastic smile.
Stepford Cruz.
Yes, it seems as if he's a cyborg or something.
We were saying we would love for a robot to be in NXT.
He's got to be a robot. Nothing moves like that.
Or
It
he's
looks like
controlled
that.
by someone else, like there's some sort of thing going
He's
into
an
his
avatar.
brainwave.
Solomon Crow hacked him. Oh my God, we did it.
And that's why he was fighting him, so that people wouldn't suspect him.
It was the butler in the parlor with the candlestick.
Right.
I didn't know Solomon Crow was a butler.
Well, I mean, I don't. Whatever he does behind closed doors is his own
What I
business.
meant was Cathy solved the puzzle.
Yeah.
The mystery.
I'd never played Parker Brothers as a child.
What?
I'm ruining everything.
I'm talking
What's
about
new?
Clue.
I know,
I'm sorry,
I-
I must be using dated references. I am 128.
Oh, that's true. That's all
why
right.
it's so
I
hard to
played
keep
Clue.
up with the kids.
Yeah.
Cathy played Clue. I played Clue.
I better get a clue.
My older brother used to call me the Dud.
You have an older brother? Is he still alive?
Well, I don't talk about him very much. But yes, he is.
Wow. Was it bad?
He's bad.
Oh,
Yes,
you have an
he-
evil older brother.
He's quite like well, he's only a few seconds older, but yes, he's like a polar opposite of me.
Wow. Like a black face with a yellow mustache?
Oh, and it's a twirly mustache.
Oh,
Like
that's how you know.
That is a bad egg.
yes, he ties people up on the train tracks and such.
Jeez.
Wicked,
No
wicked man.
wonder you don't want to talk about him.
No,
We're
no.
sorry for bringing it up.
Well, yeah, well,
Maybe someday I'll come back and I'll discuss more.
yes, absolutely.
But we've got a little bit more show to go.
Little bit more
Now
show
that we're
to go.
seeing a little bit of personality from Apollo Crews, is this the personality we wanted to see?
I don't know. I'm excited to see where it goes, but I don't know if it was just a mistake. Like he just wanted to smile. Like he was told, "Hey, smile more in this next promo." So he like overdid it, or if there's some sort of storyline that we don't know about yet that they know about.
Time will tell. This is the first time we've ever seen this. It's going to evolve in some way, hopefully.
Did
Time
I
will
want
tell.
Tyler Breeze to face Bull Dempsey again? Yes.
Yep. I think across the board we wanted that. Dirty win.
It's Bull.
Bull. Bull!
Well, if it happens.
If it happens. Absolutely.
Yes, it does.
Round 2 recap of the Dusty Tag Team Classic. it pretty much panned out the way we thought it would, except for the huge upset of the Vaudevillains losing in the second round.
My dear friends, the Vaudevillains, I was very shocked when they lost.
How could you not be shocked? They're seeded champions.
Yes, I don't understand it, but I mean, that's what's good about tournaments. Sometimes new players emerge.
I think I figured it all out.
You think?
I mean, I
You're
think
going
that,
for
that
two
everyone,
now.
everyone figured it all out. But yeah, I think so.
Go on.
I feel like Samoa Joe and Finn are going to make it to the end, and then Joe's going to turn on Finn.
Ooh.
Oh, is that what it is?
And that's what's going to make them lose. And then the next takeover,
is going to be them
Joe's going to go
headbutting?
for the title.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll talk about the promos when we get to the end, but it was a little bit. It's been getting more intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just happy that as much of a fan as I am of the Vaudevillains, the Mechanics are a wonderful tag team. And does this give them a chance at the championships now that they've beaten it, or because it was under tournament rules, it doesn't? Those rules are very.
It gets a little bit bumpy right there, but I would say they're seated pretty close to the top, having beat them in a non-title matchup. Even if it was under tournament rules, that's still a pretty big statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yep.
I'm glad we put that to rest.
Something else. The Hype Bros kind of promo. How do we feel about them? I think they're getting better.
I don't know if I understood what they were saying.
They're just two dudes at a club, so hyped and ready to take home some girls.
I've never been in that position.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Well, I don't know how to get hype. Can someone show me?
No, I can't.
You don't know how to
I
get
don't
hype?
know how.
No one knows how to get hyped. Just once you are hyped, you have to stay hyped.
Do you think if I raise the roof, would I get hyped?
It could help. Couldn't hurt.
Can
You
we all
probably
try
stretch
that?
it
Can we
before-
all try raising the
Raise
roof?
the roof.
Raise the roof.
Kathy,
I feel
you
like
wanna
they're
play?
more of like fist bumpers.
They're fist pumpers.
Yeah.
Pumping?
Is that
Oh,
the thing?
look, we've got
Oh,
hype.
we've got a bit of a
See,
party
we're getting
happening.
hype. You see this? Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
we're getting
yes,
hype.
Yes. Oh, I'm getting hype now. See, this is hype. I'm feeling it. See, my friend, his name is El Hijo del Ice Cream. He goes like this. Yes.
Whoa,
So
it's
not
a monkey.
head, bro.
A modified monkey.
Yes, can I see you do that?
It's a modified
Oh,
monkey.
there it is. Here we are.
Johnny Bravo used to do this.
Yes, now we're getting hype, everyone.
Get hype.
Bro me.
Oh.
I'm hype. Huzzah!
You guys would pick up all the chicks.
We would.
Imagine the three of
Those
us at the
dance
club,
moves.
eh, sport?
I was just doing just.
Yes,
hit the floor.
Yeah, bring it. Yeah.
Watch out.
I'm happy that door is locked because I'm pretty sure there are people trying to break it down from the outside.
The
They'll
hype,
never make it.
yes, the hype train is chewing on through.
Yes. I am the conductor of the hype train. JJ and Gable also got a promo against the Hype Bros.
He's good.
This was,
He's good.
I'm not bad.
Yeah.
Yes, you
well.
are quite skilled.
This is going to be an interesting matchup. The Hype Bros against Jason Jordan and Dillinger. Nope. Wow.
Really?
Flashback.
Chad Gable.
As soon as
Friggin'
we
wicked
tell,
mushroom flashback.
as soon as we tell him he's good, he goes ahead and it's okay.
It goes to his head.
One step forward, two steps back.
It's
So,
fine.
I hope we get to see that matchup. I think Jordan and Gable are fantastic.
They said that the semifinals and finals are going to be at Takeover. So it's whoever makes it to the finals is wrestling 2 matches.
That's such a busy night.
Yep.
It's a real busy night.
Yes, it's never a desirable outcome to have to grapple 2 matches.
Well, I don't, is the pay better? Pay's got to be better. I wouldn't know. I don't get paid very much.
Always goes straight to
You
to
get
pay.
paid.
Occasionally, mostly only what I make in my hat.
Oh, well, I'm going to have a talk.
I mean, it's,
You should get that settled because you're going all the way across the country on your own time.
I was doing it out of the kindness of my heart.
Bless you, Jervis.
that's saintly material.
I just love to grapple.
I love it as well.
I'm surprised that the hobo gets paid.
Well, it's his hat. That's what
It's
we.
the hat. It's mostly a collection for the crowd. People who feel bad for me. You have a hat. You ought to try it. Just saying.
Handouts, you say?
Yep.
I've never taken handouts. I don't know what that would be like.
It's like free money.
Ooh. Well, I think I will try that sometime, Hobo.
Give it a shot.
Yes,
There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's not free. I still
Gimme,
get my
gimme,
butt
gimme.
kicked to the ring.
You
Yep.
pay for it in other ways.
Right.
Philosophical.
We have a tag team matchup, a rematch. We have Blake and Murphy, Blurfy as we like to call them, against
No, we call them Blurfexa.
Oh, I'm sorry, Blurfexa. Once Alexa Bliss got in the mix.
That sounds like some sort of pharmaceutical drug.
That's what we call it. One of our questions of the week was saying what side effects Blurfexa was, and I totally forgot what they were.
I think
a decrease in sweetness, perhaps.
perhaps.
Actually, yeah, that's the loss of fairy wings.
Yes, very true.
Only works if you're a fairy, though.
Sparklelessness. Yeah.
Sparkliness goes down.
Yeah, we don't advise it.
Market them out. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
French braids happen, may
French
occur.
braids, yes.
I
Male
wish
pattern French braids.
Would you ever put your hair in a French braid?
I've thought about it. I've just never met anybody willing to grapple the many things that
Well,
live
when
in my
you
hair.
give you a makeover, I'll make sure to put it in a French braid.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, consider it done.
Okay.
Can you do cornrows too?
Oh, yes, I do cornrows every weekend. Down at the
Fantastic.
swap meet, but it's in Port Hueneme.
Port Hueneme's, yeah. You do, really?
Yes, but right before the championship
How did I
wrestling from
miss
Hollywood.
that? Do they pay you
takes
for
place.
that?
No, I do that out of the kindness of my heart, too. Just roll in rows. Old Jervy, that's what I do.
Old Jervy.
Jervy rolling roads.
Stand dank.
Dank belly, just roll in rows. Anyway,
We're
Sorry.
on
The
the
main
matchup.
event.
Very, very early on in the match, Alexa Bliss goes for a trip on Simon Gotch, and Blue Pants flies down to the ring to chase
What?
Alexa Bliss
Yes.
out of the building.
she looked like a proper Ken Shamrock.
She did. Wonder if she's got the ankle like to prove it.
Oh, I think she does. I think she's got a lot of moves that we've yet to see.
Absolutely. I'd say there's a lot of upside to her.
Now, I must say, I love the fact that two of my close friends, Simon Gotch and Blue Pants, have linked up, and now they're looking out for each other, and that's the gentlemania way.
That is.
Yes,
You gotta look out for your brother or sister.
Yes, or your friends or your loved ones, and I love how just when Alexa Bliss got too involved, Blue Pants came firing out like a bat out of hell, and she did her thing.
You said hell.
See, it gets you, but I mean, seeing your friends interact in such a way gets you excited, gets your blood boiling.
Yes, I did get a bit hyped there.
Yes, little.
sorry.
I believe, as the kids say, turnt.
Oh, yes, I've been turned before. Yes,
Wow.
yes,
Wow.
Dank Cottonbelly.
I've been dank and turned, and well, I've even been on a fleek.
Been on a fleek.
On fleek is how you say it.
On fleek.
Yes,
You're
the kids-
always on fleek.
That sounds like what a 128-year-old would use.
Honestly,
Fleek in a sentence for.
That's
yeah.
what the kids told me, that on fleek meant you were on point, but I don't know what that means either.
on point. You don't know what on point means?
What?
We
Like
only
on
have
the
like
tip of
3
a-
minutes
Yeah,
left.
we're
All right.
like this show. We're
gonna-
never on point.
We're never on point. This matchup really closely contested when I wasn't 100% sure which way it was going to go. Aiden English taking the majority of the beating during this match. Murphy and Blake are still probably one of the best tag teams in WWE. Everything they do is as a team. They always function as a team.
Came into the title picture out of nowhere, and then now I feel like the title, like, it's lacking. Not saying anything against the Vaudevillains, but I feel like I still wish that Banff held them.
Well, I think right now, because of the Tag Team Classic, we don't have an opportunity for the Vaudevillains to really defend more frequently, because that's a lot of tag team wrestling. And now
they
that
defended tonight.
well, I mean, that's the thing, is we're seeing the re-beginning of their reign now that they're not in the tournament. So I think we're going to see a lot more of this.
Yeah. I think it's also, there's so many tag teams right now, whether they're people that are just being put together for the Classic or new teams coming up. It's interesting because I feel like it is so saturated right now when 6 months ago we had 3 tag teams.
Yeah.
It's
changed.
interesting too how much everyone is really working together. All the tag teams look polished.
It's weird that there's this number of quality tag teams. There's a lot of very high quality tag teams. And I think that's fantastic. It's a great way to go. Aiden English fights back with a massive uppercut to finally get Simon Gotch into this match, and he manages to clean house, but good. A bunch of very unique strikes that I've not seen in a good long while.
No, Gotch is amazing when he gets the hot tag, and when he's just in the ring by himself. He's one of the most unique offenses that has ever been, and I'm so happy for him to finally get a chance to show off.
Is it weird that I miss Aiden English singing?
Oh no,
I
that's
do
pretty-
too.
Yeah.
He had a beautiful voice. He still does. We just don't hear it as often.
The voice of an
Ever.
angel.
But like when he was doing the headlocks, he was singing a little bit. So we're starting to see the artiste come out a little bit more. So that's great.
You need that. You need to, for people to understand why you are what you are. You can't just be a team. You have to be a little bit of an individual as well. And I think their styles mesh. They're both gentlemen of the cuff, and I think this all works very well.
I agree.
This match finally goes the way we had expected, or at least I had hoped.
Hoped.
I thought Villains would pick this up, and they hit the Whirling Dervish for the win. And that's a wrap. That is the rematch. I don't think we'll be seeing this again for quite some time.
I think now we'll see the 6-person tag.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's
Are
the
we
next
building
step.
up?
We haven't seen it yet, so I think now's the opportunity with Takeover coming up. Do the 6-person tag, and very few the only title that matters will be the women's championship, like with no other titles being necessarily
No other distractions.
no.
Right. And that is the main event for that particular takeover, and I think they're perfectly lining it up to be. This is not, however, the end of the show. We have a Cass and Enzo promo and a Balor and Joe promo. We're going to see them in a matchup next week, going against each other for the Dusty Classic. Who do we think is going to pull it out?
Finn
and Joe.
Finn and Joe.
Yeah.
Well, I know you said I didn't know you were connected.
Well,
by the brain
it makes
stem.
We
sense.
have one brain, yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Just in terms of
When you
story.
do this to people too, like you just kind of like.
And now you're going to get one before the end of the show in a second. But yeah, I think the way that Joe's been teasing Finn about with the slapping the title, I figure it's a matter of time.
It's a matter of time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for this week's show, and we're running a little bit behind because, me. So, Jarvis, Scott, and Belly, thank you for coming in. Would you like to put yourself over for everybody? Where can they
yes.
find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Gentleman Jervis, or on Instagram, same name, Gentleman Jervis. And see me this weekend for Chikara Pro in North Carolina and Norfolk, Virginia.
Please travel. There's nothing like one of your matches, Jervis. You're one of the most entertaining people in the ring today.
Stop it. You're very sweet.
I do what I can.
He's blushing. You can't tell that.
I wish I could.
I'm blushing inside.
Please. You can find me on Twitter at SoapboxMark and at The Gimmick Pod. We have a new episode going up tomorrow, an interview with John Roca, a wonderful wrestling fan who does the Far Far Away podcast. We recently recorded an interview at our old studio, and it's very, very entertaining and vulgar. Sorry.
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelly and on Instagram at
Not at
Kathy
Headpat
Kelly.
Kelly?
And then you can also check out my podcast, Chatting with Kathy. I have a very special guest this week, Thea Trinidad. You might know her, Rosita from TNA. It's good. It's going up at midnight, so
Very good.
check it out.
That's great. And I am the Hobo at True Hobo on Twitter. Don't buy a shirt at ProWrestlingTees.com/hobo, but do buy a shirt at NXTeam.Spreadshirt.com. Watch Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. If you're in LA, it's going to be on 4 p.m. starting in October. And if you want to learn how to wrestle, send a text to 818-381-2563. Thank you for watching, everybody. This has been fantastic.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.